Welcome to the Hanferd Files. The scary truth about the internet and real life is that anything could happen. Anything could happen in this world that you don't want to think could happen, but it does. Tonight's episode is entitled, He Followed Me to the Bathroom. I used to live with my brother in a suburban area just outside of a major city. At the time this happened, I didn't have a license, so the city's public transportation system was my primary source for getting to and fro. This particular night, I had decided to stay late at a party that a close friend was having in the city. The bus I needed to transfer to in order to make the 15-minute ride home from my final station stopped running hours before I would arrive there. And so the plan was that I would catch the train back to the station, and then I would catch a ride back home with my brother. He worked late hours and his job was only 10 minutes from the station. We figured that he would actually be able to arrive there before my train did. And so things seemed as though they would work out perfectly. I was a few steps away from my final station when my brother called to let me know that he was running behind and I would need to wait at the station for him to arrive. When it gets late, stations outside of the city are pretty much deserted. I was the only person on my car. I could see that 2 cars on either side of mine were also empty. At this point, I was just thinking, shit. I ran into my fair share of creeps on the train, and stories about women attacked during early or late hours when there aren't many people around aren't really unheard of. I was already starting to feel anxious, but decided that I would wait upstairs on the train platform since I knew there would be trains coming and going, and at least a few people getting off each time. There was a tall guy lingering on the platform when my train arrived. A couple of people in cars farther off from me got off and headed down the escalator to leave. I went and sat on a bench and called my brother to see where he was, but he didn't answer. So I sent him a text, letting him know that I'd made it to the station. After I put my phone in my bag, the tall man got up and walked past my bench. I have a tendency to pace around a train platforms when I'm waiting for mine to arrive, and so when he started walking back and forth in front of me, I figured he just had the same habit. Then he started looking at me. Another train ended up coming by going in the opposite direction, and he didn't get on after a few people got off. This didn't make sense. He didn't get on the train that I had gotten off of, and now he doesn't want to go on the train going in the only other direction there would have been to go in. I decided to go downstairs and wait. Surprise, surprise. He followed me. I pulled out my phone and called my brother again, but it went to voicemail. I pretended that he had answered in the phone and played it up, making it seem like he had said he was going to the parking lot. I make it like I was walking that way, thinking this would shake the dude off, but he started walking slowly in the same direction. I knew I couldn't keep up with the charade when there was no car there for me to get into, and so I made the split decision to cut towards the bathrooms and just hide out there. My voice. I went into a stall and called my brother again. He didn't answer. I hear the bathroom door open and then the sound of someone going into a stall. My brother finally called. I told him everything that had happened. He said that he was pulling into the station, but I didn't feel safe to leave, so I asked him to come to the bathrooms and call once he was outside the door. Seconds after I hang up, I hear the sound of the stall door flying open, and the person who'd been in there with me scrambling out of the bathroom. It took me a little bit to register what had happened, but I knew it had to have been the man. I realized that I never heard the sound of the person in the stall peeing or flushing the toilet, nothing. My brother came in a few minutes after that, and I was a nervous wreck, asking him if he had seen anyone on his way to me. Reassured me that he didn't see anyone, and we got the hell out of there. I jumped to get my license as soon as I could, and I haven't used public transportation in years. I should have reported what happened the next day, and I sometimes feel guilty about it, but at the time, I just wanted to get the incident as far out of my head as possible. If you ride public transportation late at night, please be safe. Well, that's it for the Hanferd Files. I think she was overreacting. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. Well, gotta go. Mama's making chicken. See ya.